In my previous C100 video, I talked about my gear and why I use what I use for corporate and narrative film production. I had quite a few comments asking for how I set up the C100 to work with the Ninja Blade. Let's get some of the basic settings out of the way first. I shoot in Canon log or pitch profile 9 in PF25 LCPM at 24 megabits per second. I record audio to both channels and I double rec record to both SD cards just in case of one card's failure. You can never be too careful. Now that's the C100 setup, so now we need to make sure that it can communicate to the Atomos Ninja Blade, and for that we need to go into the menu settings. Going into the menu, we need to go right down to the menu right at the bottom, which is the little spanner, and then we need to scroll all the way down until we come to HDMI. And we need to go into HDMI and you see we've got timecode off, we need to turn timecode on. Now you'll see that rec command is no longer greyed out. So we now need to go into rec command and turn that on. All that allows to do is that when we hit record on the C100, it also records on the Ninja Blade, so you don't need to press record separately. One of the things to note about this HDMI menu is that it's not available if you have an HDMI cable plugged in. So make sure the cable is out while you're going through these. But now we're all set up, let's plug in the HDMI cable and hop over to the Ninja Blade. So now we've got the C100 set up, we now need to set up the Ninja Blade so that it's talking to the C100. So the first thing we're going to do is change over our frame rate. In the C100 we're recording at PF25, which is the C100's interpretation of 25 frames per second. So we need to change from 1080i50 to 25 frames per second, in this case 1080p 25. The next thing we need to do is get the timecode sorted. So now we need to go into our menu down here and go into timecode. We need to change the camera trigger to HDMI, because HDMI is the only input onto the Ninja Blade, unless you have the Samurai Blade, in which case it's SDI. Now we need to change the source from time of day to HDMI. And now our timecode between the two devices is synced together. So we come back out now, we are now synced and ready to go. So now when we press record on the C100, you'll see we're also recording on the Ninja Blade as well. And that's it, that's really quite simply how we put together the C100 and the Ninja Blade so they work together so you can get nice ProRes 422 footage out of the C100 into the Ninja Blade. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one.